Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. Today we're going to be discussing some XRP news, mainly because we have some incredible news overall this month. So first and foremost, this tweet is coming from XRP Mommy, as you guys know. I follow her, she follows me. Incredible XRP content overall, pretty much shilling XRP daily, which is incredible, but this tweet is saying, timing of Doge listing on Coinbase is funny. Pump it and bring attention away from the fact that XRP is about to have the biggest month in its history. Clarity. Classic sleight of hand. Folks chasing the green candles, not fundamentals. I'll be buying sustainability, not hype. And the reason why I figured we would quote this tweet is because at the end of the day, this is exactly my pinpoint when I say I am not buying into Doge, right? I'm not buying into Doge just because I, don't like the project or I don't like the fundamentals behind it or, I don't like the fact that billionaires are pretty much shilling it. I don't invest in it because I invest in solid projects, right? I like to solidify my holdings in my portfolio. I feel like holding something that I know is going to grow and prosper for years to come. That's why I'm invested in HBAR. That's why I'm invested in QNT. That's why I'm invested in DAG as well. There's a lot of projects that I'm invested in that I do know that will sustain the regulations that come into place, because we already know that once regulations come into place, pretty much most of these projects that we're seeing are pretty much going to be gone. So I'm more of a, realist when it comes to investing in stuff. I don't care if the coin's going to pump 900x, tomorrow or something like that, because that's what I'm seeing. A lot of people are saying, like, Doge is going to go to $5, $10. It's like the amount of disrespect that people have for, market sustainability, right? Because we've been talking about, XRP going to $10+ and everybody's saying, what the market cap needs to stop being a big focus here, because for something like Doge to hit almost $100 billion in market cap, you can't argue that pinpoint anymore. But nonetheless, let's jump into this. So there is pretty much an insight into the case today where it was pretty much a file to motion for international discovery with proposed orders. Now, it's 845 pages. I personally am not going to read this, but I thought this was very interesting because of a few pinpoints. So, Jeremy Hogan basically said Garlinghouse and Larson are looking for documents from foreign exchanges that show none to few of the sales on those exchanges were to U.S. nationals. The issue is the SEC's jurisdiction over sales to non-U.S. nationals. If no jurisdiction, the SEC can't do anything about them. And then we also see here, this is the third big issue in the case that we haven't heard much about. Issues: 1, XRP as security; 2, fair notice; 3, jurisdiction over transactions. The first two issues are all or nothing, win or lose issues. The jurisdiction issue goes to damages only. So yeah, I mean, overall, this is incredible if this is, rolled in the favor of XRP. This actually happens, I believe, some point in time. I think it's on the 8th or so. I don't know. We really have to watch and see. But this is massive. If this comes out where we basically see the fact that, their jurisdictions have no pretty much right for any of these nationals, right? Then that would be incredible, right? That would be an easy win, like Jeremy just actually said, win or lose issues. And I honestly think at this point, XRP, Ripple, Garlinghouse, and those, they're all confident in this case, which means to tell me the fact that they know something that they're not telling us, and I honestly think that a settlement is very close. We also have this tweet, though, from Ripple themselves, ready to deliver instant cross-border payments. With RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service, you could free up working capital and get ahead of the competitor. Learn more about ODL. Now, we've already learned about ODL and pretty much, the insights of it, and who's working with them, like a Zemo. There's also a ton of other people, but The reason why I'm talking about this is the fact that it goes in hand to hand with what XRP's main use case is going to be. Because a lot of people are asking me on Twitter, what's the deal with Ripple or XRP versus HBAR, right? Because that's the big argument pinpoint. They're saying, HBAR is doing pretty much what XRP is doing, so there's real no, fight for XRP. HBAR is going to take over the game and kill it. But the difference is that at the end of the day, XRP was never meant to be what HBAR is going to be, right? Ripple and XRP are far ahead of Hedera and HBAR. They have been around since 2013 and have been focused on their craft, and it's at this point perfect because it has been running with 0 error for 8 years. But basically, this is telling us what its main use case is going to be, right? It's not only the bridge for 2 assets or anything like that. There's a lot more use cases, but for the most part, this is the big key factor here, right? So we see RippleNet customers can use XRP to bridge 2 currencies in as little as 3 seconds, ensuring payments are quickly sent and received in local currency on either side of a transaction. And we see here sender to XRP, it converts to crypto, or it converts to currency, I should say, to whatever the receiver, wherever they are in the world, and then they could pretty much send it to beneficiaries, to individuals, etc. It's basically bank to bank or CBDC to CBDC. And the reason why I wanted to mention this is because I wanted to clear up what their main use cases are going to be, right? So Ripple and XRP, they're going to be the bridge asset for CBDCs, and it might possibly be, XRP Ledger might be the place for CBDCs to be built on or even to be integrated. But we could also argue the fact that Hedera is also going to integrate them because of their scalability, because if sharding comes into place, unlimited transactions per second, right? It outbeats XRP. But I also think that Hedera has its own use case factor for CBDCs, the same way that XRP does, where it's going to be the trust layer, and it's also going to be, the most secure layer for them. But also, it could also help with, scalability, like I said. Now, it doesn't take away the fact that XRP is the bridge asset for all these assets. It still is going to work like that, and that's how I see it overall. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But if we come over here to this tweet, this is actually from me as well. This is saying, this is a big yikes for Tether and Bitcoin. Great for XRP because they have essentially won this 6-month-long charade, but Tether and Bitcoin, yikes, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is actually coming from the case, actually. This is actually coming from this tweet here. But saying, breaking, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson's attorneys have requested SEC to investigate and obtain important documents from iFinex, the same Chinese firm that operates Tether and Bitfinex. Now, the reason why I'm even mentioning this and the reason why I'm talking about it is because this goes in hand to hand on what we were kind of talking about in terms of a speculative basis, right? And the reason for that being is if Tether and Bitcoin come under scrutiny of the SEC, right? We could possibly see a flippening for the #1 spot. Yeah, some will argue that it will be Ethereum or so, but I think Ethereum will also see some sort of scrutiny happening as well. Now, again, this is full-on speculation, so you don't have to listen to this, of course. But like I said, if Bitcoin comes under this scrutiny and it pretty much sees the wrath of regulations where it gets delisted from the US exchanges and you can't trade it anymore, what will take its place? Because it would have to be something that is fully regulated. It has to be something that's compliant with the SEC. And it has to be something that we know has clarity overall. That would be XRP, and the only one that's close to XRP in terms of regulations is HBAR. Because we know that HBAR is ABFT compliant. Now, in terms of that, what would really happen overall? We don't know. We don't know what the prices would be. We don't know what would happen in the market. It's just kind of speculation, but it's a big speculation that's been talking about for a while in the XRP community. And I thought it would be interesting to really kind of talk to you guys and get your input on that as well. So if you guys do have any input on that, definitely leave some comments in the comments below. And this says, Ripple and SEC file joint motion to extend time until June 9th, 2021 to meet and confer regarding document redactions and sealing of certain exhibits, hoping to avoid burdening the court with unnecessary disputes. And we see a quote from this document by Steve G saying, resolve as many areas of disagreement as possible. Do we all agree that this speaks volumes? And yes, it does, because we are getting to the point where we're seeing the disagreement between the SEC and XRP kind of get settled down, and we want that, right? We want the settlement to happen in a way that it's healthy and it's pretty much, an agreement between the both. Because the reason why, because a lot of people were saying, basically, the SEC is going to continue fighting, and if they do, then, who knows what will happen, right? We want it to be kind of a joint thing, agreement, if you will. Because if that is the case, then we could see the SEC allowing XRP to work in the United States with banks and pretty much allowing them to scale at greater heights in the United States, basically being adopted into the systems. It looks good overall for all pretty much enterprise use cases. Now, I know that previously Garlinghouse said that over 90% of the customers were all overseas anyways that work with Ripple, but it's still a good basis to have in terms of a connection, if you will, to the SEC. Now, I personally don't like the SEC. You guys already know that I don't think that they are for the people. But I already kind of gave you guys my breakdown on that. They should have never have done this case the way that they have. But for me personally, I'm still very bullish in terms of this case, and I think that a settlement is definitely on its way. Yeah, I mean, that's just my overall opinion. Let me know your guys' opinions as well. But nonetheless, hope that you guys are having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.